Hey guys, welcome back. I had a dream this morning, and I want to stress that I was given the dream for my own good before I tell it to you. Okay, okay. I was in the dream, and I found my son. I think by Apollo. Yeah, it was the one by Apollo, and I don't know why I pronounce his name that way. Don't ask me. And I found him. I found the son. He was like older, like maybe like 10 or 11, and he was dead. And I picked him up and he was dead, and at first he looked, just like he was sleeping, and then he turned like this terrible blue color, like he drowned or whatever. And I gathered my son up in my arms, my teeny tiny baby, and I was carrying him to his father's temple. And his father's temple was like all in gold, and there was like light coming from within. And I'm carrying my poor baby, and I'm carrying him to his father's temple, hoping that his father can cure him. And I felt like this is my fault. Had I been there, um, my son wouldn't be dead. Had I stayed his mother, had I stayed around, my son would be okay. My son was like, I got the sense he was either kind of trying to come to see me or something, like because I had done the separation thing. My son was trying to come to see me, and he got killed because he was just too young to be out on his own. And I didn't get into the temple. I woke up before I got to the temple. And after Loki calmed me down, because, I was really upset because I've been carrying my tiny little baby in my arms. I could, like, feel the weight of his body. And, like a really sad part of the Disney movie where Simba's, wake up, wake up. Yeah, wake up. And, please don't cry. And, first, Loki did what he always does. He dismisses stuff with me because he knows that works with me. He's like, da, 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 da. And, of course, Apollo was there. And it wasn't Apollo trying to be cruel. It was just Apollo showing me in a metaphor what was happening and what he thought of the situation. And Apollo, as far as he was concerned, felt I did not have any free will in this matter. And if I wanted more, even more exciting dreams from Apollo, and I wanted Apollo to get more to the point, he would. And, he did that from a place of love. It is, in my experience, he can put a scare into you when you need it. He can play with the appropriate emotions as needed. And, he was angry, like he was in the dream where, it felt like I challenged him, but it was, him showing me why he was angry, because I cut myself off from his protection and all the other gods and everything. And then when I got up and I put my playlist on, I was playing a song. I can't even remember the title. I'd have to get YouTube up, but it's one like where Roy Orbison and whole bunch of other people are singing together on the microphone. That one. I had that one on because that was like calming me down. And then in music, after I've talked to Apollo, it helps. And I had saluted him this morning. I saluted all of them this morning because I was just like going around like a little kitten that just got scolded. And then I put on a playlist that YouTube recommended. It's like 2 or 3 songs I didn't even know had references to the sun, had sun references into them. So, I was lucky that, Apollo chose to be relatively kind in this case. And the rest were like, almost like gleeful, but, they understood what he did was terrible. But they were almost like gleeful because they're like, we had Apollo handle you because he's the only one that can do anything. And I'm, I put Toku, and I'm like, and Olga just looks at me and he's like, did we learn our lesson? So yeah, he loves me and he was thoroughly amused, but he wasn't going to give me any sympathy because I didn't listen to him and I didn't listen to the other gods. So they were all like, let's get Apollo to do it. Apollo will do it. And yeah, Apollo did it, or he knocked both of my ears back for me pretty soundly. And then I got a lecture from several of the gods. And you know when you're just standing there like as like a little kid getting yelled at, and you're like, and they're really not angry. They're more amused than anything because you thought you had free will. Oh, it's so cute when they think they have free will. And yeah, so that independence lasted for what, 24 hours a day, 2 days. Yeah, that's how long that independence lasted for, and Apollo was having none of that nonsense. So yeah, they're all back, and that is the coffee percolating in the background. I actually got up and I went up for excitement time. I went up for a little bag of groceries, and I came back, and I'm like, well, I'll at least make coffee. My sinuses are killing me today, so even though it's cold out and everyone else is freezing, I was like walking around in a t-shirt because I'm like, I love this weather. It's so nice. Okay, that has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, Apollo made sure everybody got back in. And Loki let Apollo handle it, in case you're wondering. Well, Loki's your patriot. Why didn't Loki handle it? Because Loki's smart. That's why. He knew the one that would really scold me and that it would really stick with. And I'm like, but, because Loki wouldn't, I think, go quite that far. I mean, he would if he had to, but Apollo can do it in a different way. Loki would feel bad after. Apollo's not going to feel bad at all. It's not that Apollo's not very loving and kind, but, you know, most people say Dionysus is attached to the theater, but I get a strong sense of Apollo as well. I mean, we've named theaters after him, and he's like on opera houses and that because he's got a music. And he certainly has a dramatic flair to him. And Dionysus was just around this morning laughing, and he found the whole thing hilarious. And he's like, "Oh, isn't that too bad? You got yelled at by Apollo." Aww. My gods are jerks sometimes. But it was, you know, very loving teasing. It wasn't that I was being yelled at or anything. So, I'm good. Loki's good. Loki's very smug now. He got what he wanted. He didn't really. He just let things play out as they were going to play out. I think he has foreshadowing of his own. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.